My grandmother means everything to me. She is my world. One morning, my grandfather calls me while I'm at work, saying how she wasn't feeling well, she wasn't getting up out of bed. What happened was, for a while, she was staying in Mexico with some family. She had a big fall in Mexico, so I went for her with my grandfather to Mexico. Once we brought her back home, she wasn't doing okay. She was just sitting in the same chair in the living room for hours on end. She wasn't getting up, and I called the ambulance from the clinic. When we were in the hospital, they just said her sugars were very low. So she was there for the full day, the day that we took her, and the full day the next day. She got out in the afternoon.
My lead medical assistant, Bianca, she came to me and said that she felt concerned about her grandmother's condition outside of the hospital.
I wanted to take care of her because I've heard great things about Dr. Champlain. All her patients from her other clinic came here. They told me how amazing she was, how she has saved some of the patients' lives. And I asked her if she could please help me with her.
I pulled up to the family home and I wasn't at all expecting what I found. I spoke to the patient and examined her, and it turned out that her shoulder was dislocated and that her arm was ultimately broken. I know for sure that if we hadn't gone out there in person that day, there would have been no way for me to know on the phone that she was in such bad shape. When patients are in the hospital, that is a time where they are very fragile. After they're back in home in their own environment, we as their medical team want to make sure that that transition, first of all, is safe and that they have what they need, that everyone understands what needs to be done. So our standard here at WellMed is that we see the patient within 3 days, ideally, from the hospital to make sure that everything's clear and the patient has what they need. I was able to see the patient in her home multiple times after her surgery, just to make sure that her surgical incisions were healing properly, that she had the things that she needed. So we want her to have that great quality of life and be able to enjoy things.
Es muy buena doctora. Estoy muy agradecida.
That's part of what we do here. Doctors helping patients live longer.